Wouldn't it be cool if I called my style something cute like the confetti cake art style? What the hell did you just say to me? What? Listen here, you little rat! If you ever— It was just for the silly— Oh my god, I'm sorry! Today I have another video topic it's just plain stupid. I'm sorry. This has created such an unnecessary fuss, when the simple solution is just not to worry much about it, and just do this for fun and nothing more. But hey there, yappers, it's Bree, and if you're new, I do art commentary and just art in general, so if that's what you like, you should stick around. As usual though, my super thank yous. Sillies, Preezy Star, I'm Above Ye, X3 Epic Face X3, Kazuna Endy, and Cider. As always, if I said any names wrong, I apologize, and if you aren't here, you'll be in the next one. Now on to the video. If you read the title, you could probably guess what this video is about. That's right, the categorization of art styles. Now you might be wondering, why is the art community having such a fuss about this? Honestly, I don't know, man. This is the same community that will jump you if the eyes are too high in your art. But actually, it's for a few reasons that I'll get into today. Now, I can see the extent of both sides, but to say that people can get dramatic about this is an understatement. But of course, this is all unnecessarily dramatic, because honestly, the strong feelings surrounding this intrigue me, so of course I want to talk about it because that's what I do here. Talk about stuff that's interesting to me no matter how small it is, because it's fun. Now, what is the categorization of art styles? Well, have you heard of things such as the jelly art style, the cream soda art style, the burnt egg art style? Okay, that last one is kind of new to me and I only heard about it while researching this, only to find out my amazing Moody is the face of the style over on TikTok. How did I not know this? Please follow them, they're really cool and super scaled. But chances are a lot of you probably didn't recognize these style names, because I noticed that whenever I bring up these style names, everyone's like, what are you talking about? But I mainly see it over on TikTok and not much as on YouTube. But basically it's just how it sounds, categorizing art styles by looks with some cool little names slapped over it. A lot of artists have begun doing this with their styles, mainly with food names because why not? It's just fun. It got popularized a lot by TikTok, and it practically became an unspoken trend to name your style. But since it's TikTok, people need to be different, so they hit on what's popular until hating on said thing is the norm. Isn't it just sunshine and rainbows over there? But yeah, it's also why so many artists receive the dreaded question of, what style is that called? Because of all of these art style names. But when I say TikTok will just burn anyone at the stake for asking what an art style is called, I'm not exaggerating. Like, check a TikTok asking for the style name, and instead of politely saying, hey, not all styles have a name, it's like the equivalent of being cornered by someone screaming, shame! Except add on the passive-aggressive comments and the horrid insults, and that's the comment section. You will get dogpiled on just for asking this simple question, so just be careful. Like, I get it's annoying, but goddamn. It's either a love or hate for art style names. Like, I rarely see neutrals on this. Funny enough, though, I am a neutral. Like, I can see where the issues rise with the over-categorization of art styles, but whether or not it's an issue depends on how seriously the artist takes these titles. Because alone, I don't really see them as a problem. Name styles, it's fun, who cares? But once you care too much about labels, that's where the categorization can become a problem. I find it purely situationally dependent. Fellow commentator Merrance talked about this recently in their own video, which inspired me to speak on this, so I suggest you check them out. But they go over the issues and also talk about how it's not always bad. But why do people categorize styles so much? I think it's because it's human nature in a way. Humans naturally like order, we like familiarity, we like being able to associate new things with pre-existing things. So having styles neatly placed like an artistic library can be comforting to some. And also it's just really convenient. Like, have you ever seen a style, open up Pinterest and just have no idea what to look up to see more of that scrumptious style? That's also why. I feel like at the least of these issues that people have with it, it's simply a minor annoyance. Mainly with the whole, what's this style called thing? Because to be honest, I get the annoyance. It's a constant question that I and many other artists get, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this. My style has no name, guys. It just teleported onto the page one day. And I actually have the same reactions to people asking for tutorials, because like, I don't know. It just appeared on the page. I don't know how I do it. But honestly, it's not that big of an issue generally, unless it's made one. Like, sure, the questions can be annoying, but just ignore them because they're harmless and have no bad intent if you really hate them. And for the people who ask this, you might be better off asking what an artist's inspirations are to possibly get similar styles, since most time artists just say, it doesn't have a name, or I don't know. But I feel like the worst case scenario with the issues of this is people holding themselves back or treating labels like it's a mandatory thing. Like, let's say I call my style the unicorn diarrhea style. I don't know. That's just what it looks like to me. Like say a unicorn took a dump in a toilet, that's probably what you get. My art. Colorful, sparkly, and cutesy. Let's say someone used the unicorn diarrhea style, but instead of having the cartoony hands, they want all 4 fingers and a thumb. And they're like, oh, well, it's not that style anymore. So they either create a whole subcategory of that style, or just restrict themselves for the sake of keeping the style. It might sound crazy, but some people actually do this because they like the categorization. That's like the only big issue I see with this. Taking titles seriously like in this example, that's where it's a problem. Style names are not mandatory, and you can switch up existing styles and still keep the name if you want to, or just don't have a name because it's not mandatory. Just because it's different from the label means nothing. As long as you aren't treating labels like it's a must-have, you're good. No, not every style needs a name, but if they do, who cares? I've seen people making fun art style names that are made in all good fun. Like, does it matter that much? I feel like people look at the issues surrounding this and treat it like it's the name's fault, but really it's more in the artist. The names aren't the issue, it's how the artist goes about these names and how seriously they take them. Art style names are for fun and it's not a rule, so it shouldn't be treated as such. A lot of people also hate it since it feels like it reduces art into a box and categorizing art simplifies it, and a unique style that you created can be seen as something you just picked up rather than developed because it has a name. Which I get it, art isn't something to be confined in a box. But these names are usually for fun and are creative and are adding to the fun of it. It's like another part of the process. It's genuinely harmless if done unseriously. So I get the distaste, but at the same time, it doesn't need to be demonized into this horrid entity that's gonna rip out the soul of all art. And sure, you may argue that styles that get names tend to get popular and they get turned into a trend, but as I've stated in my last commentary video, again, who cares? If people are having fun drawing, does it really matter? If they force themselves to draw that way, sure, it's a problem. But if they're following the trend because it's fun for them, who am I to tear down something that brings them joy? But yeah, all the issues surrounding this boils down to personal problems, rather than a general problem with the concept. Generally, it's not bad, but if someone has an issue where they take it as a rule to art, that's where it's an issue. Name your styles if you want. Not all styles need a name. Wherever you stand on this, don't stress yourself out over it. If you think it's bad, don't stress about how it's horrible and you have to constantly feel like you have to clarify that. And if you like style names, cool. Just don't take it so seriously that you restrict yourself. That's it. It's not a big deal, guys. Don't let it negatively affect you. Have fun. Because at the end of the day, it's just how it's handled. If it's treated like a huge factor in art, or acted like it's needed or needs to be completely removed, then that's the problem. And I have a feeling that people might hate on me for this being too unserious of an issue, but really, I just wanted to talk about this topic because it's definitely interesting. Well, to me anyway. I'm probably missing a lot in this discussion, probably, because it's feeling like really short, I guess. So if there's more issues surrounding this, comment them so I could hear your side on things. Because as small as this is, there is a lot of discussion around it, and this gets a lot of people really riled up for some reason. It's just interesting seeing something so small as an art style name being taken so seriously. But yeah, comment your thoughts, preferably respectfully. Let's have a discussion. If you made it this far, hey, just for funsies, comment what you think my style would be named if it had one. I'm always curious about that. Like the video if you liked the video. Subscribe since we're so close to 100,000 subscribers. Like, my goodness. I was thinking about doing a Roblox art stream here on YouTube, and hell, maybe even some Regretivator in there since I like that game, featuring one of my friends and anyone who happens to join me. I might also plan to do a 100,000 subscriber speed paint since I plan to do more of those without commentary like my last video, with just music, but yeah. Thanks for almost 100,000 subscribers, and I hope I can reach my goal before Halloween. Here are today's scrumptious brush codes, and with that, love your art, love others, and love yourselves. Bye!